Good evening, everyone, wherever you are hearing me. I greeted everyone in the name of the God Almighty, who is the Redeemer of all mankind. I thank the Lord Almighty for the privilege given unto me once again to be in the presence of the people of God. And today I'm not going to preach, but I just have some words of encouragement, which I think it will really help the life of so many people that has watched my videos. And for those who are waiting, to watch some of my video as well. I'm going to talk about my journey so far to this present moment. And I'm going to call the topic of what I'm going to talk about tonight, the journey in a foreign land. That is the topic of what I'm going to talk about. I'm not going to go deeply in the Bible, but I'm going to paraphrase some certain chapters of scriptures and verses of scripture as well, because the word of God can never depart from my mouth. As it has said in the book of Joshua chapter 1 verse 8, it said, let the book of the Lord shall never depart from thy mouth. Thou shalt meditate on it day in, day out. Because in the word of God, it helps us, it enhances our growth in the Lord. Really, contribute towards the longevity of our life. So there is nothing we can do without not talking about the word of God. That is what the Bible, tells us. I believe to use myself as an example for people talking about I, myself, my experience so far so good in a foreign land than using people as an example. I know by using myself, it will really help and enhance a lot of progress in people's life. Before I go further, I will quickly introduce myself. My name is Benga. I'm a Nigerian origin, and I left Nigeria some years back, over a period of 15 years ago now. I live in Europe. I was born and raised in Africa, precisely Nigeria. I live in Lagos before I travel out of the country. And when I left the country, I live in Netherlands. That is where I started my journey as an illegal immigrant in quote. The journey as an illegal immigrant is not an easy journey. So far, so good. I want everyone who is going to watch my video, I want you to pay attention, because I know some of the word that is going to come out from my mouth, it will really help you and enhance so many things in your life. I started the journey in Netherlands. Netherlands has been a wonderful country in Europe. It's in the Western Bloc. Share border with Luxembourg, very little country. Share border with Belgium. Part of the Belgium and Netherlands, they speak Netherlands Dutch. Part of Belgium, they speak Flemish. That is a kind of a language they speak, because many people doesn't know in Belgium they speak two languages. They speak French, they speak Flemish. Flemish is a kind of a mixture of little French and Dutch. So they share border together. I started the journey in this country precisely in The Hague, in Hague, very close to Walcott in Hague, where I lived then, in tram 12. My journey started in this country immediately when I left Nigeria. It was not really what we expected, what we met when we get to the Western world. As I said earlier on, I want you to go along with me. Many people believe that Western world is a smooth journey, or is a nation that you can easily or quickly get it. When I say get it in quote, I mean quickly make it. It's not so. It's not so. Many people came to Nigeria, they lied to so many people. Their life is full of lies, telling them lies. Some come with a heavy cars, building a house. I'm telling you, don't look at that well. Be careful. Majority of people in Netherlands, when I come over there, they deal with drugs. I'm bold to tell people tonight, The Bible says, "You shall know the truth shall set you free." I know some of my friends, they end up in jail. They sell drugs. Because when we came during that time, it's a little bit difficult to get a job. Some use people document, to find something doing, which is normal as an illegal immigrant. Never forget, I'm talking about the journey in a foreign land. We started, all of a sudden, one of the ministers in 2004-5, he said he want to deport 25 or 23,000 illegal immigrants. Trust me, they deported a hell in quote in Netherlands. People running at a scatter. That is the time when people started to move to Dublin in Ireland. They moved to Dublin. People moved to part of the European country. People were being frustrated. They go back home. People were being caught. They put them in prison. Netherlands jail some people until you tell them where you came from before they will deported you back to your country. People are being deported because of the people were being deported when they produce the copy of their country document before they release them to their country. This is a kind of a nasty life people pass through in Netherlands before we run away. Some of us, I moved from Netherlands to Belgium to establish another life there. But what I'm trying to say in this country of Netherlands is that when you don't have a legal document, it's not really easy to succeed in a foreign land. People back home, I'm sending the message to you as well. Some people, they deceive you, deceive your children. You sell your land, you sell your house, you sell your property to send your children abroad to come and live the life of an illegal immigrant, which is not really easy. I can understand that people might criticize him and say that, oh, what are you talking about? Nigeria is not good. Nigeria is a bad country. Africa has been collapsed. You are well said. I understand, I agree with you that at a particular point in time, every living creature needs a better living. They need a better life. But never forget that any step you want to take in life, seek the opinion and the face of God so that you will not meet your Waterloo in life. Many people have run this race. They didn't end it well. Some end their own in prison. Some parents victimizing their child, in Africa by calling them, compare the years which their children has left home with another people. They forget that destiny are not the same. Destiny are not the same. The way you choose your own destiny is quite different from mine. You can't compare people's life together. Even though giving birth to a twins with an identical twins, they still have their life to live. They still have a choice to choose. One might make it, the other might not make it in life. So many problems came from Africa through so many people's parents telling their children, what are you doing there? Don't you see? Your friend, both of you left home the same together. They are building a house in Niger. They bought a house in Lekki. They bought a house in Ikeja. Do you know what they are doing? Do you know how they get their money? Do you know how they get the money they are using to buy a house in Africa? The journey in a foreign land. It's not things that is very easy. It's a very tough and rough journey indeed. For those who have passed through the journey, we can tell you the testimony. And this is the part of testimony today. If you can hear this testimony, it has a long way to go. Never compare your child with anybody. That is one thing I want you to know. Never say, oh, people has been in abroad, they are making it back home, and people are in abroad the same year with you. They are now coming back home, building a house, do this and that. So what are you been doing there? Never forget, not everyone travel abroad involved in a dirty game. As I said earlier on, individual destiny are different. Some arrive as an illegal immigrant, they get married, they get a document at the appropriate time. Some sought asylum. The asylum has been granted. They got their document at the appropriate time. While some are battling the journey of life, struggle, toiling around, fighting to escape through the hurdles of life. Some died in the process. Some succeed, while some are unable to make it to cross over the troubled water. We lived there in Holland with a couple of people. When the deportation comes, people started to flee away. Never blame these Westerners. It's the law of the land. And the Bible says, honor the law of the land. I didn't engage them. That is their law. That is how they want to position their country. That is how they want to safeguard their territory. That is how they can prevent their country from unwanted circumstances, unwanted situations. I don't blame them. Mine is not to blame them. So when we moved from this country to Belgium, I started another life over there elsewhere. So rough and tough as well. The life was not really pleasant as well. I was able to travel to Antwerp, to Namur, to Anderlecht in Belgium. Before I later moved from that Belgium again because of police country, very difficult to live. I moved to Luxembourg, very small country. Luxembourg share the border with Germany, with Netherlands and Belgium as well. I live in this country for a while. The life was so tough as well because of illegal immigrant status. I moved again to Paris in France, where I later able to meet up some certain need in time, mingle up with some people, try to start another life there. It's not really easy last way as an illegal immigrant. But what propelled me or what instigated me to come out with this video is that living in a land without having an illegal document is not worth it. It's not a good life. I'm passing the message across to the young people who are willing to come abroad, who are dreaming to live in a Western world. Nothing bad to move from kingdom to kingdom. As the Bible says, moving from nation to nation. If you read the book of Genesis chapter 12 verse 1 to 20, the Lord called Abraham from his own land to a foreign land, and he multiplied him. He was fruitful in a foreign land. He sojourned in a foreign land. God established him for a purpose. God fulfilled a purpose for him. You know, when you read Genesis chapter 11 as well, you will say the same thing. Genesis chapter 17, you will say the same thing. The covenant of God. But my warning that I'm sending to people at home is that when you have a job in Nigeria, you are working, earning good money, not only Nigeria, in Africa, in third world country, not only in Africa, let's say generally in third world country, talking about countries like Laos, Nepal, Burma, and some other countries in the world who are third world country. When you are working, you can sustain your 3 daily meals. You can cater for yourself. You can put clothes on yourself. You know, you can shelter yourself. I foresee no reason why you will quit your job and decided to move to unknown land, a foreign land. Some people don't have relatives here. When I was in Netherlands, some people sleep along the street. Some people sleep in the phone booth. When I came to Paris, I slept outside for 3 months in a phone booth during the cold season. I came from Luxembourg to come across over to London. I was caught as an illegal immigrant. I'm not feel ashamed of saying all this because I just want you to know the truth. I just want to throw light into your knowledge. I just want you to see the clear picture of what people are passing through in a foreign land. I slept inside phone booth when I was unable to cross over to London because England colonized Nigeria, and I think if I go over there, I could be able to speak English and look for a job as an illegal immigrant. Because in this country, like I mentioned so far ago, they didn't speak English. France, they speak French. Luxembourg, they speak French and Luxembourgeois and Dutch. Luxembourg and Belgium, they speak Flemish and French. Netherlands, they speak Netherlands Dutch. I was unable to speak all these languages. I don't have the knowledge and idea of this language. There was a time I was in a supermarket. We went to the supermarket to go and buy things. We saw some food which they draw the animal logo, cat, dog, and some other kind of things. We took it, we ate it. We don't know it's an animal food. We are ignorant. We could not read the language because it wasn't written in English. We ate it. Before we are able to see someone to tell us that, oh, what you are eating is for animals, not for human. We don't know. This is kind of hurdles of life. We pass through it. When you have a job in your country, wherever you come from, don't quit your job and pursue Endorado. Endorado can end you well. And at the same time, your Endorado might not end you well as well. It might end you in a great disastrous. It might end you in a way you regret your journey. You can get a visa and come as a visitor. Visit for vacation and go back. Don't have it in a plan to stay. Majorly in a foreign land where you don't have a legal document to move around. Remember, there is a freedom in your country of death. There is a freedom in a country where you are living. There is a freedom in where you are being brought up. There is a freedom in a nation where you have a siblings, family, and relatives compared to a foreign land where you don't have anyone, where you want to start from A. And it's not easy before you get to Z. It's a tough journey. I'm telling you from my experience, the journey in a foreign land. The journey in a foreign land. Many people are dying. Many have perished in this foreign land. So far, so good. Never quit your job because of unreality. And for those of you who graduated, you don't have a job, looking for something to lay your hand on, you find it difficult to get something to do, I rather advise you, apply for student visa. Come and study. Come and acquire education. If you have a good grade, who knows, you can be retained. You might have a privilege. They might retain you. I have a lot of friends like that, which we both started the journey so far in Africa. I have one of my wonderful friends in Indianapolis. He's working there. He came here to study. He graduated from Obafemi Awolowo University in Ife. He studied meteorological and material engineering in Ife. Well-educated guy. Well, brilliant indeed. I don't want to mention anybody's name. So he came for master degree in New Mexico here in the United States. And he did well. He got a job. They filed for him for his green card. And he's working. He came sometimes ago to come and pay me a visit in Texas, where I'm residing right now. I'm talking to you from United States. But I'm just sharing my experience from Europe. You'll be surprised. Johnny started from Netherlands. I ended up in the United States today. Is it not a surprise? It's a big surprise. It's a really big surprise. So you can come for studentship. Come and study. If you focus most of your attention in your studies, you might be opportune to be retained and get a better job. Never in life come as an illegal immigrant. Illegal immigrant is not a good life. It doesn't worth it. It's a life of wastage. It's a life of backwardness. It's a life of slavery. I remember part of my experience in France. I used some people's document to work. I worked, they didn't pay me. They were unable to pay me the money. I worked for about 2 or 3 months. The person I used his document, he refused to give me the money. He said, if you like, you can come in the cops. Come in the police. You know, you don't have a document. I've lived in a people's house as an illegal immigrant. He threatened me because I told him I don't have a legal document. I see hell. I live with a Congo woman who told me that, Monsieur Isaac, vous êtes sans rien, vous êtes sans papier. Vous rentrez au pays sans papier. Il n'y a pas le papier pour toi. Tu ne peux pas vivre ici en France parce qu'il n'y a pas le papier, il n'y a pas le document. Chaque fois, s'il y a problème, le madame, il va te dire que je te vais appeler police pour toi. Parce que vous êtes sans papier. What am I talking about? I'm trying to tell you my experience to let you know that I live in another country which I am able to speak the language as well. It's not an easy for me to learn French as a language. What do I say earlier on? I'm talking that the woman we said, you don't have a document. I have a right to call the cops for you. Do you know what the woman did? She will be increasing the monthly payment every month for me in France. It make life so miserable for me. It make life so tough for me. Illegal immigrant life is not a life that I can pray for my enemy. I will never wish my enemy to pass through such a life. Neither I will never wish my family to pass through that kind of a life. It's a life of hell. Illegal immigrant life is like a life without having the mark of 666, according to what the Bible said in the book of Revelation. You cannot sell, you cannot buy, neither you cannot be integrated. Many people are in Europe. They're still living there. I know some of my friends, we came together to abroad the same year. They are still toiling around. They are yet to have the document. They can't go back home. They can't move ahead. They don't have family. They couldn't get married. Everything was so tough and rough. Is it the kind of a life you are coming over here for? I beg your pardon. Utilize every opportunity in where you are. If you are in Nigeria, you are hearing me in anywhere in South Africa and in every part of African country, try to work hard to make use of your opportunity. You can come here as a student. You can come here and visit and go back to your country. Cold is another problem in Europe. Europe is extremely cold. We know quite well that those of us who came from Africa, we came from tropical zone. Some came from Sahara. We have never seen snow. During the snow period, life was so miserable for Africans because we have never experienced such a thing. I've never seen snow in my life, not until I came to Europe when I'm seeing snow in my life. Some people develop a lot of disease because they are not used to this system. I know that life is very terrible where you are living, wherever you are living in the part of the world as a third world country. Your corrupt leader, your politicians, they don't make life easy for you. But that one doesn't mean that you should put yourself under pressure, under trouble, that you will be regretting your life. It's not easy to get a document in a foreign land. It's not easy to achieve aim in a foreign land. It's not easy to become someone in a foreign land. Though people might tell you, don't mind what the guy is talking about. What is he talking about? After all, he's in the United States today. Well, I will tell you nothing but the truth. That the journey was so rough and tough for me as well. Seeing me today telling you all this takes the grace of God. I know what I passed through. That is part of my experience I'm sharing with you right now. God is a loving God. God is a wonderful God. God has a purpose for everything. Even though God has a covenant for you to come to this Western world, as the Lord called Abraham to a foreign land. Never forget, Abraham passed through difficult times. He witnessed a lot of disappointment in his journey, even though God promised him. God promised you to travel abroad or to come to Western world. Nothing bad in it. Prophet told you that you are going to live your life in a foreign land. There is nothing bad in it. Please, nothing bad in it. I did not against it. But use your wisdom to act according to the covenant. Use your wisdom to act according to the plan of God. If you are single, you can look for someone to marry and come over. If you're a student, you can come here to come and establish yourself here. Okay? You are a skilled worker. You can apply for a skilled worker immigrant to Canada to live a better life. Instead of coming over as an illegal immigrant, in quote, illegal immigrant, 2-month visa. I left Africa with 1 month visa, with a German visa. 1 month visa. I thought it's going to be easy for me. I see hell. The journey was not really easy as I think. It wasn't easy at all. There was a time it comes to some certain stage, I feel frustrated. I wanted to go back home. I can't withstand this anymore. It's so ridiculous. No job. I can't speak the language. I don't understand any language. I can't speak French. None of my family could be able to speak. Even Benin Republic is very close to us. Those of us living in Lagos, Badagry area. But I don't come out to Tapejo Mape. Even in secondary school in those days, when they tell us, when French teachers came, we go out. We want to speak French. The rejected stone become a cornerstone. When I find myself in France, I need to start all over again. And never forget, some of my friends, they are moving higher. Some of them has progress. They are progress in life. I have a friend which I live together. We both live together in Mushin. He has his own property in Lagos. He built his house in Lagos. He's continuing his life. I have some of my friends who has master degree, have become a medical doctor, lawyers, and everything like that. They established themselves. Good. They are visiting and going back. Never pursue a dream before your time. Never go ahead your time. Wait for the appointed time of God. Pursuing a dream before your time is a great problem. Going before your time is a great problem. Wait for the appointed time of God. Seek the face of God. Listen to the voice of the Lord. Seek the counsel of the Lord before you make a move in your journey in life. The journey in a foreign land. The journey in a foreign land. After 7 years living as an illegal immigrant in Paris, I finally got a document which they normally call titre de séjour. They call it titre de séjour. It's a 1-year resident card. I got it after 7 years, after a tough time. I have my middle brother living in London. We both left Nigeria, and a year different. We are talking on phone, we couldn't see each other. At times we cry bitterly on phone. Worry life. My middle blood brother living in London. London is just 2 hours by Eurostar train, passing through Titoni to London, St. Pancras. It's 2 hours. You can go by ferry. You can go by Lyon, from Lyon to London. You can go through Grenoble. You can go through Toulouse to London. It's very close to France. Very, very close. Calais is the border between France and London. When you get to Calais, you're already in London. When you pass through Dover, you're already in Kent. Kent is in London. So I'm telling you all this to let you know that I'm not formulating anything. I'm not here to formulate, to lie to you. But I'm telling you what I passed through. My experience in life. I traveled a lot in Europe when I got the document. It's after 7 years I went ahead to go and meet my middle younger brother in London. When we saw each other, we hug, we cry. Journey of illegal immigrant. He said, you are living in France, I'm living in London. I couldn't come over because I don't have the document. You couldn't come over because you don't have the document. We cry. There is nothing we could do. We can't go back. It is very difficult for you to go back home when you are into the system, when you have spent more than 3 or 4 years. You find it difficult to go back because you'll be pursuing Eldorado. It go better. Now you make crayfish bend. Crayfish bend like this. You'll be thinking so. It's gonna be all right. Everything's gonna be all right. Everything's gonna be all right. You'll be thinking, no, eventually it's gonna be all right. But you're gonna waste a lot of years, which you can never recover again in your life. I don't want you to make this kind of a mistake. I've already made in my life. That's the reason why this video is coming out to you. To tell you that, straight your head. Know what you are doing. Come for study, come for visit, and go back. If there is any means you can look to have your document, you can look for it. Not to come and sit here as an illegal immigrant. Deportation is another problem. Some people, they call them. Thank God for a country like America, Canada, this country that I know much about, and London as well. Not recently, some years back, they started going to the train station to arrest them. It's obvious for cops to stop you on the way in London to ask for documents. It's a real situation because I've been to London for so many occasions. I've been to Arsenal. I've been to Dagenham, Essex, Elephant and Castle, Bow. I've been to Bolton, Manchester, Tottenham, and Nottingham as well. Travel a lot. Been to Italy. I've been to Juventus in Italy. I've been to Spain as well. Madrid, Barcelona, Malaga, Palma de Mallorca. I travel. Been to Switzerland, to Zurich. Been to Basel. Been to Germany as well. I've been to Düsseldorf, Hamburg, Hanover, Baden-Baden, and some other city like that. I'm not saying all this to brag or to increase my ego, but I'm just telling you, my experience so far so good. I integrate myself really good. I move around to see how it looks like. All these countries I mentioned, all these cities I mentioned, they are all police country. You can't move around easily. You will be controlled. And when you don't have a document, guess what happened? Deportation. They deport you. They deport you. You run into deportation. So, you can be stopped and checked at any time. In all these countries I mentioned, in all this city I mentioned, it doesn't matter whom you are, regardless your age, your nationality, you can be controlled. So it's very difficult to live in a Schengen country when you don't have a document. Although you might tell me, oh, I have my brother there, he has been living there, he's doing good. Your brother will never tell you the truth. He might not be able to tell you the truth. You know, you are just seeing the back cover of the book. You don't know what is inside the book. But I'm trying to open the inside of the book for you to tell you how it looks like. The journey in a foreign land is a very tough journey. I don't encourage anybody to embark on this kind of a journey that you will wasted your years, you wasted your days, you wasted your destiny, you wasted your vision. As I said earlier on, if you have a good job in Africa, you have what you are doing wherever you are living in a third world country, you are averagely okay. Utilize the opportunity. Maximize your chances there and continue pushing your life ahead. You can come over here and visit. You can come over here to come and study. If you are willing to relocate, you can look for someone to marry instead of coming here as an illegal immigrant. I know a lot of ladies which we met in this journey so far so good. They become a prostitute. Never forget, Some people doesn't choose to come abroad for prostitution. Situation and circumstances push them, derail them from the presence of God to do nasty thing, a nasty job. I'm not preaching for prostitution as a good thing. I don't welcome it. I'm against it. But people give their soul, their body, their mind to infidelity, to reprobate earth, and devil govern their earth. I met a lot of people in the journey, so far so good, who told me that my father sold the property, the family land, to send me abroad. So here I am today. No job for over 3 years. Nothing to showing forth. A miserable life. Is it this kind of life you are willing to come and live? Is it this kind of a life you are hoping for to come and live? I beg your pardon. Choose a better way of life. I'm not discouraging anybody who have a dream to come abroad. Neither I'm not campaigning for you not to, do whatever you want to. I'm not stopping you, but I'm telling you how it looks like, how it is. It's not an easy task. It's not an easy life. It's a very difficult and a nasty life. And some parents will be calling their children, victimizing them, telling them that, don't you know that you need to send money? We need money for this and that. Your brother want to graduate. Do you know how your children live here? Do you know how they are living? Do you know the kind of a life they are living here? Stop victimizing your child. Stop calling them. They know the right thing to do at the right time. After all, they are in a Western world. They are in a civilized environment. They know how people are behaving here. They know the right thing for them to do at the right time. Don't call them. Some people, they send money to them in Africa. They don't appreciate it. If we are kind of a people, I'm telling you this today, I fear nothing. I fear no one. That's the reason when I come out telling you this. If you are a kind of a people full of ingrate in your life, full of ingrate in your life, insulting people in abroad, unable to appreciate the money they send to you, your life will never balance. Even the sweat of the money they send unto you will not make you to make a good win in your life. Appreciate them. Love them. Pray for them. They are passing through the hurdles of life. Someone, he has no document, struggle to send money to you. Obe fon labata, oropo mi lo mu ku sibe. Oropo kan mu mi o subu oku sabata. I don't know how to translate that one in English. I'm not a good grammarian. I'm just speaking my language. Do you think it's an easy journey? When you see an elephant die in a riverside, you think it was drunk by water? He drank by what? No, something happened to him. Come on now. Appreciate them. An illegal immigrant working hard here, sending money to his family, cater for you, and you are saying that, how much does brother send? Hello, not if you don't share. Kini mo fẹ́ fowó eléyìí ṣe? Hello, owó tí ò tó nǹkan kan. Ṣé iye tó yẹ kí bọ̀dá fi ránṣẹ́ sí mi rí? You will die in that ingrid. You will never see God. And the mercy of God will never flow in your life. Appreciate your people. Even though they give you 1 penny, appreciate them. My family, they knows me very well. I'm a kind of a guy that don't tolerate any nonsense. I give you money, you don't appreciate me, I will never give you a penny anymore. Nobody send me abroad. I struggle to be where I am today. So I'm not responsible for anybody, regardless to anyone. If I give you money, you don't appreciate me, I will stop sending money to you. You can't do me nothing. You can't do jack to me. Appreciation really matters a lot. Encouragement has a long way to go. Majority of people here, they need a word of encouragement from you in that country. They want you to be talking to them. Some people are living a life of isolation. Do I forget to mention that? A life of isolation. Not in your country, not in Nigeria or in Lagos. Go to Mama Shukuragu and get me iyo. Get me alubosa. Get me Maggi. Nothing like that here. Nothing, absolutely nothing. Even if you are living in Texas, where I'm residing right now. I'm living in Texas. If you are living in Texas, if you have anybody living in Texas, or you have someone who has visited Texas before, ask them. No tram, no bus, nothing whatsoever. Not unlike London, not unlike France, not unlike Switzerland, not unlike Germany, not unlike Netherlands, not unlike Greece, Finland, Denmark, Sweden, Norway. Here it's not like that in Texas. You can't move around if you don't have a car. Isolation is a big problem. Many people died of isolation here. Like those of us who came from Lagos who like to move around. Waka waka. You know, I've been trekking when I was living in Daniel Street. I trekked to Challenge. Olosha. Moving from Olosha to Unipan. I'm walking around. Jumping from one molue to another. Isolation is a kind of a problem. You will have a fear of police not to arrest you, not to deport you. You won't be able to go out. If you don't have a train ticket, it's another final blow. A train ticket, it deported a lot of people. Oh yeah, it is, but I'm not making jest of any one of them. Okay, I'm not making jest. God see my heart. Some of them, they deport them because of a train ticket. How do they gonna get a train ticket? No document, no job, nothing whatsoever. Maybe on the day they call them to come and, giving them a menial job, they just say, let me try to risk it. They fell into the temptation. That is how they are being called. No ID, no proof of residence, nowhere they can write a ticket on. Guess what? Deportation. And someone is here sweating, trying to make ends for you. You are talking rubbish there. You are telling them that, hey, Lono Firoche, how much did he send? How much did he give to me? And don't him or she knows what is going on in Nigeria. 10,000 naira, kini mo fẹ́ fi ṣe, kini 10,000 ra. And tí o bá dẹ̀ ra nǹkan dá owó ẹ̀ padà fún. Ta ló bẹ̀ ń ṣe ìwọ ló rán lọ sí abroad ni. Even though you send him abroad, do you give him a document when he's leaving Nigeria? You give him a legal document? Answer me. Answer my question. After all, I'm the one who I gave the money to him to do the visa. When he was rallying around, moving up and down to get the flight ticket, I gave him the flight ticket now. I'm the one who gave him the money to buy to procure the visa. I procured the visa for him. I'm the one who get a passport for him to travel abroad. You are wasted. Do you give him a resident status? Do you give him a working permit? No, you don't give him. You didn't give him working permit. How is he going to survive in a foreign land? Do you think it's an easy tax here? Do you think it's a joke here? Appreciate your people. Love them. Even though they send you 1,000 naira, appreciate it. Whichever money they send to you, take it and collect it with a grateful heart. Don't be ingrate. Stop ingrate. Stop it. If you die, you will never make heaven. People are passing through hell here. 3, 4 people living in a room here. You might tell me, after all, we are living the same life in Africa. What is it talking about? People coming here for better life, isn't it? So, when they come here for better life, they want to live a life better than the life they are living in where they are coming from. But reverse is the case for some people. Some people, their life is worse than the life they left behind. As I told you, I slept in phone booth in France for 3 months. C'est pas facile. La vie, c'est très compliqué, mon frère. Si vous pensez la vie ici, c'est très facile. Je te dis aujourd'hui, c'est pas facile. C'est très, très difficile pour les gens ici. Les gens qui vivent ici, ils couragent, cherchent tous les jours pour vivre une vie pour confortable. C'est pas facile, mon frère. Appreciate them. It's not an easy life. The life was so terrible for people in West. Most especially those who came without no document. Those people came over here without having the legal document. They are passing through hell. I appreciate your people. When they send money home to do anything, do it for them with all joyful heart, with all grateful heart. Remember, the sweat of a laborer must not dry without paying them. Remember, sending money for you to build a house for them, build a house. Do what they said. Who knows, maybe they will get deported. You don't know. A couple of days ago, I think about 3 or 4 months ago here, a friend, which I know quite well, was pulled over in Arlington in Texas here. They said they saw him with a double identity. He was arrested. And I think last week he got deported back to Nigeria after 2 or 3 years in Texas. I knew him very well. I know the guy very well. But I will not mention anybody's name. He's now in Nigeria. Imagine, where is he going to start from? A life of illegal immigrant. I mean, if he has sent money to the family to do something, they couldn't do it. Don't you think he's going to run mad? Wickedness, let it far away from you people. Do according to what they ask you to do. If your family, if your brother over here send money to you that this is what I want you to do for me, you better hurry up and do it for them. You don't know what can happen. By doing that, you are helping yourself. After what is your family, is your brother, is your siblings. Do what they want for them. Help them. Don't be a wicked soul. Don't be wicked. Don't be mean. Stop it. Beg you. Stop it. And the final of my word. Love God. Obey the commandment of God. Apply wisdom in any revelation people tells you about traveling abroad. Be careful of the fake prophets who want you to sell your property, get a portion of tithe and offering from it, and push you in a journey of no return. Be wise. Open your eyes. I pray God will help you all, and God will help me as well. As Paul Apostle said, it's not for the fact my hand has laid over unto it. I'm still struggling. You know, I'm still struggling with the journey. I'm not in absolutely nothing. But I'm just telling you what God laid in my heart to tell the people. The journey in the foreign land. Pray for your people. Appreciate them. Console them and comfort them. Whenever they call you, telling you the problem of what they are passing through. Giving you money to do anything, do it for them. Don't swallow their money. Don't be like a goat who swallow banana and yams. Don't do that. Use the money appropriately. Use it according to what they said. Be faithful unto them. I have a wonderful sister in Nigeria. I normally send money to her. And he do according to what I said. And at the same time, I'm telling those people who are here as well, don't think everyone at home, they are bad. Because it's vice versa. When I talk about people at home, I will talk about people here as well. Don't think people are bad. Some of them are good. Try to do good. And never do beyond your boundary. Some people are living here. They don't have a document. They are yet to sustain their feet. They will be taking picture all around where they shouldn't take picture. Posting it on Facebook and Instagram. Inviting the witches and wizards in their family. I've already made it. Oh, I'm in America. I'm in Europe. Be careful. Be careful. I close my Facebook. I don't use Facebook anymore. I don't say you should close yours. It's up to you. Because I consider this a wasting of time. Just nothing absolutely trash to me. You know? Some people, when they drink in their house, they put it on Facebook. When they go to the restroom, they put it on the Facebook. Most especially those people living in the West. Ṣé òun bùgà ni ta ló ń bùgà fún? Bí bùgà ẹ ló jẹ́ kí ìṣòro wọnú ayé ẹ. Ó fọwọ́ ara ẹ fa ìṣòro ni. You invented a wanted problem in your life. When you do all these things, posting it on Instagram, on Facebook, when people see it in Africa, the witches and wizards, they think you have arrived. Yet you have never arrived. You have nothing. You will still struggle. Why can't you hide yourself somewhere? I mean, bring them to your God. Continue the race of your struggle until you achieve something good and better in life. Why do you expose yourself? I'm talking for those people living in Europe, living in America, living in Canada, Australia, and in any part of the world. Be careful. Be careful. Be watchful. Know what you should post on Facebook. Know what you should post on your Instagram. Know what you should post on your email. Be careful. Devil is not at rest. Even though you are a Christian, you pray, your prayer will be in vain when you don't caution yourself. You don't know what you should do and what you shouldn't do at a particular point in time. You will run into diversity of troubles. Be careful. Be careful. Remember the world is full of war. This war we are in, we are fighting a war. And our spiritual world is not carnal, but it's mightier in the Lord to uproot all the stronghold of enemy. We are fighting with the principalities and power. So, exposing yourself to the world, you are putting yourself under trouble. Be careful. May God help us all. Thank you. My name is Bengal, as I said earlier on. I'm living from Dallas, Fort Worth area in Texas. I released some of the video on my YouTube about the parental responsibility. Get out from them, the role of wife and some other kind of things. I want you to subscribe to my channel, to watch some word of God, to listen to some certain messages and some prayer as well. As you do so, God is in infinite mercy will continue to abide with you for now and evermore. Love you all. May the peace and the grace of Almighty God be with you. Thank you. God bless you. Bye.